going to share our cooking with everyone. What we have on the menu today is we're going to do lamb chops. We have grilled chicken. I think Darren also wants grilled chicken. He's also put grilled chicken out. And then we also going to have our favorite, our rice salad. We're gonna be cooking steamed broccoli with cauliflower. We normally do that with a white cheese sauce, but we really do not have cheese. So we normally do the white cheese sauce with the broccoli and with the cauliflower, especially with the cauliflower. But we learned over the years to add some broccoli to that. What I'm also gonna add, I'm gonna switch the light on. What I'm gonna also add to our lunch today, I'm gonna do sweet carrots again. And then when I'm done with our sweet carrots, we're also going to do a baked potato with that, with some onions, with some garlic, and sprinkled with mint herb. Right, I know it sounds interesting, but it tastes very nice. When you mix the mint herb, the packet of mint herb, right? So we're gonna sprinkle it with that. That's interesting, with a garlic flavor. Normally we do rosemary. We saw on the packet of potatoes rosemary, but we are going to sprinkle it with the mint herb, organic mint, right? And it's very nice. And we had it over our veggies this week. And when the mixed herb are mixed, I think they have a little dollop of mint in. And we are going to do that. We are going to do our sweet carrots the same way we did it last time, with our 1 teaspoon of custard powder, with our butter, with our sugar, and with cinnamon powder. We're going to do that same recipe today. We actually went to go and look for butternut, but there was no butternut at the store. We went to go and look for something sweet because I love my something sweet in the kitchen. That's that. I'm going to do my chops, my chicken, my rice salad, and I'm going to just show all the ingredients to you all just now. Let me just switch the light on. And after that, we're gonna really do our photo session with everyone. While we're gonna do our photo session with everyone, we are going to share where we are at and where we are at with the cooking. We're not gonna do an apron because we only have one apron, and that apron is specifically only a Christmas apron. We can actually already have it on. And I might just put it on because I'm gonna cook in my coat also. Tummy is good, baby is good. Baby is growing. Yesterday, I think baby was turning. And I was like, am I now really gonna give birth? What's happening? Because yesterday I wasn't very high the whole day and I was very loud and I was talking the whole day. And while I was talking the whole day yesterday, I was feeling like baby was turning after that. And I was feeling like baby's not really going to. I was feeling it on my womb. And I really think I'm not that big yet, but I really think baby is due mid-October. So we have the month of September to go. And we have the month of October to go. And by mid-end of October, I think that is when baby is really gonna be due. So yeah, we're just having to still do all of those other processes of going to do the medical check, go to the doctor, check the state of the pregnancy. We have not done that. I don't know what's happening, but there's a lot happening. I went to the doctor last week. And they said you have to make a booking and it's 2 weeks wait. And I was already telling myself I'm gonna really naturally do this birth process. And I'm gonna really naturally do this season because there's a lot of aggression in our generation, in our countries, and with medical problems and with things that happen at the hospitals. So I really medically allowed myself to really not be part of what is happening. And you really, because we don't have, because I specifically preferred, and I'm on a resident visa, right? I specifically preferred not to have a registered practitioner because there's so much aggression in our generation. And only because of that, I didn't have a registered practitioner. That when they learn that the aggression in our generation is like that, then sometimes there's medical things that happen and things that happen and goes wrong with the baby in the womb. And only because of that, and because I find myself in an international country, and because there's so much African and European aggression, I have, in the whole situation that is happening in this world, I have decided to hold on and to monitor myself, how I physically feel, to monitor myself, how I regularly eat the regular meals, rather than depending on a medical practitioner that tells you this and this and that. The same monitoring, and I've really allowed myself to really, last week I said I'm going to go on 7 months, and I was really pulling through with that. And I was really telling myself that honestly, it's too much aggression. And I remember last time I was speaking to someone, and the person said, it was another discussion, and the person said, "But have you gone to your medical practitioner yet?" And then I was like concerned about it, and I was thinking, let me rather not at this time in States go to a medical practitioner because of the news, because of what's happening in the world, and let me rather naturally, because those years our parents were naturally birthing and naturally going through the process and naturally eating well and eating foods and looking after themselves. And my mama, I always said, had 7 children about that process. And it was all farm children. And it was amazing processes. And only therefore I told myself I'm going to wait until 7 months, and I'm not going to need any medication, because all the pregnancies that I had was about iron tablets. And I told myself I'm not going to go to a medical practitioner that once again is going to prescribe me with iron tablets again, because sometimes it's... And only that's why I found to monitor the process and to not tell myself that a medical practitioner is going to walk hand in hand with you in this pregnancy. It's a natural process, and it's a process of maintaining that and maintaining the wellness. Even if you are pregnant, eating those regular meals, get those regular exercises, and finding ourselves well. And by at least 6-7 months, 5-6-7 months for me, that's a natural process. Then I prefer in a natural way to then go and register, and to then find myself in that is gonna be that you don't make yourself dependent. If it's a medical process and the process was not like you nowadays need to register 2 weeks in advance, and it was still a process that go to the medical practitioner because it's a requirement for every pregnant woman to be registered. And then it was another story. But because of all the changes that has happened, and now it's a 2-week wait in a registration process and all of those preparations, only because of that, I decided and I learned that my decision to wait before I go register was not wrong in such an aggressive time. So what am I going to share with you all now is our veggies. And we want to cut our potatoes. Today I actually do not want to, not want to take the peels of the potato, right? I want to cut the potato like I normally cut it, rinse it well in 4 halves. I want to cut my onion in big chunk pieces and put it over the potato. I am really not gonna fry the potato. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm gonna put on top of the potatoes the onion chopped, I'm gonna put on top of the onion and the potatoes garlic, and we're gonna coat it with oil, and we're gonna grill it very nicely and soft in the oven. We're gonna rinse it well. We cut it in 4 chunks and in block chunks, and we cut our onion in smaller block chunks, and we cut our garlic, a few garlic pieces on top of that, big garlic chunks, and we sprinkle it with some Cajun spices, and another spice that I've got, Cajun spice, and there's another spice that we're gonna sprinkle over that, and then we're gonna put some oil over it, and we're gonna softly grill it in the oven. And that's a very nice recipe with our other veggies. Let's just see our veggies with you. So those are our veggies for today. And our veggies that we're gonna share with today's meal with everyone. And we're gonna enjoy that with garlic, nice chunk of garlic. I don't know, maybe I love garlic. If there's garlic in my house, it's in my food. And that's how I feel about garlic. The steamed broccoli and cauliflower, the sweet carrots with the cinnamon powder. Let me just say my cinnamon. The sweet carrots with some cinnamon, ground cinnamon, with some butter, with a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt, with some sugar, that's correct, and with custard powder, a teaspoon of custard powder. We fry like we did last time on one of the videos, yes. We fry the sweet carrots in the butter, in a pan, nice and soft. We coat it with a teaspoon of cinnamon, with at least 2 tablespoons of sugar or 3 tablespoons of sugar, because it's a sweet caramelized carrot, right? And then we take 1 teaspoon of our custard powder, only 1 teaspoon. When the carrots are soft cooked, we're gonna say the recipe. When the carrots are soft cooked, we are going to add over that 1 teaspoon. And we're not gonna put the teaspoon. Some people prefer to put the teaspoon of custard powder over the carrots. I suggest make a little area in your pan, put the custard powder in, allow the custard powder to get soft and yellow and into the caramelized butter, and then you stir the pot lightly. And when you stir it lightly and the custard powder is a little bit cooked, nice caramelized yellow, and then really enjoys the working, the intertwiningness of the carrots and those flavors. Yes, there's our nice vegginesses. What else? This is for rice salad, right? So we're gonna do grated carrots. We're doing onion. We're doing not all of those chilies, everyone. I just went to the store, but this is just to show everyone what's gonna be in the pot. We're gonna add a little dot of garlic. Our rice have cooked already, yes, and it's very nice, and we dried it out. So we cook it. It's a different type of rice. If you want to use a basmati rice, I really prefer that when you use a basmati type of rice for your rice salad or your fried rice, right? Not rice salad, your fried rice. When you use a basmati type of rice, then you would not want to cook the rice and let it stand for quite some time and dry it out, because basmati rice, when you cook it, it stands only a few minutes and then it's really fine. But this type of rice, we didn't steam it. We cook the rice. This is the rice I think that you normally do with the teriyaki chicken. It's that type of rice. There's different types of rice. This rice we had this week with a little bit of stir fry chicken cooked, and it's a teriyaki chicken type of rice. It's almost like a sushi type of rice, but we have not overcooked it, so it's not gonna be disappointing us in making the fried rice, because normally you'd want to use a basmati type of rice. And let me just show you a packet of a basmati type of rice. But because this packet of rice was open, I really prefer to rather cook this rice because it's open already. But what we normally would cook it with, I'm just gonna show you the two different types of rice that I'm talking about, because my grandma Martha is a rice person and I'm a rice person, and Mama Anna Philander is a rice person, and we are vegetables people. And I'm gonna show you the two different types of rice that I'm explaining, but I'm really gonna do it with this rice. This rice had enough time to dry out, and it had enough time to not be steamed. We rinsed it after it was cooked, and we just let it sit. Left it for 1 minute under steamingness of it, of the stove, and we then just set it to really dry through, because we really now not gonna open other rice about it. And I really don't know why Doreen has really taken why he has really taken chicken out also. Okay, so we're gonna have chicken breast, yes, probably grilled, and I really don't know why, because really there's silver side and I wanted to really cook silver side, and he took chicken out. Another thing that we're gonna grill in our oven is our lamb chops, right? So because the lamb chops really is now one chop for everyone, and that's probably why he took the chicken out, so that we can at least then grill that. And that's our Cajun seasoning. It's very nice. We're gonna do that over our potato nutses. That's correct. And that's about it. Oh, I wanted to show you all the rice. We're gonna do that now. Where is that? Let's just do that. That's correct. That's correct. Oh, the different types. Let me just get this rice. Yeah, this is a basmati type, right? I knew I saw the package yesterday and I said, this is not really gonna be oh, it is a basmati rice, yes. So, yes, this is a Fortuna basmati aromatic rice. Okay, so this is what you would normally want to do your fried rice with. But we are not gonna do fried rice with opening a packet of rice. We already have open rice. And we are really gonna do our rice with what we really have. Let me just show you this type of rice. The packet of this rice, I'm gonna show you that now. I kept the packet because I wanted to see what kind of rice this is. This is now really not looking like a basmati. This is the thicker rice. You can see it's very swollen, this rice. And when this rice are cooked, it's very nice with certain type of foods. Just like the Chinese people educate us when we go and buy our Chinese food. And when you buy it with the type of rice, it's exactly how you should cook this type of rice. You know, normally we buy one packet of rice and we cook it for any food, and it works with us. And that's why I'm still on that process. But if you're not like that and you really sometimes want to cook something different and you want to $1 on a packet of rice, because you know a packet of rice in New Zealand is $1, and you want to do a good teriyaki chicken, that's it's a thick rice. It's a really, in South Africa we used to call it a nyok nyok rice. Those rice that the Chinese take with the hands and they enjoy that. It's that type of rice. And then also, remember, they only take this type of rice with their hands. Normally when they make the fried rice, they eat the fried rice with the Chinese stick. Remember the differences, people, because it's exactly correct how they eat that rice. And I've really learned it over the years. And this type of rice, I'm going to give you the name of this brand. It's in New Zealand, but it's a New Zealand brand rice. This is really a thicker rice, right? When you cook that rice, it swells like the sushi rice, like the teriyaki chicken rice, like the rice that they eat, they take with their hands. It's almost nyak, 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 but it's very, very nice when it's well cooked, not when we're going to cook it in. The taste is still the same, yes, but not the way we're gonna cook it in our fried rice, but you really would enjoy it. It's a very white rice. When it's cooked, it's white, and they enjoy it with teriyaki chicken, they enjoy it with different types of food, and they normally take it with a hand, and they normally dash it with a food, and they enjoy it like that. And a very good sauce. So that's this type of rice. The flavor is nice. I really enjoyed it. When Dorian made the stir fries, I don't know if it was stir fry or what, with the mixed herbs, and he made the chicken pieces, and he made it with the carrots, with the carrots, with the green pepper, not with the red pepper, and also with the green beans. Cooked in chicken, almost like a stir fry, but it was with a type of herb that tasted like a mixed herb, different types of spice, with a little bit of that mint, a little bit of organic mint over it, not powdered mint, not mint that you do a sweet food with, not mint that you bake with, an organic mint. Normally, we do not know how to use an organic mint, right, everyone? Who can agree with me? You would normally wonder how in your kitchen on a Sunday cooking would you include organic mint in your roast. It's very nice with lamb. It's very nice when it's mixed with the different types of herbs and the organicness of them. And another thing, it's dry, right? It's not powder, definitely not. Yes, it's very nice dry. It's not powder. And if it was powder, it would have given a different flavor to the roast, remember? But because it's like a mixed herb, it's almost like the fresh herb. Let me just show you. We're also going to put this in our rice salad. This is our... my favorite in the curry, coriander herb. We're gonna chop this also into a rice salad. But this is a fresh herb, right? This is a dried herb. So the dried mints that they mix with a dry different types of herbs has got the mint powder in, and that with rosemary, it makes a very nice flavor over your lamb, over your grilled potato. Grilled chicken, I really would not put it over my chicken. I really would only do over my chicken, definitely not the mint. I would definitely not prefer you cook mint chicken with this herb. This herb is for your pot roast. This herb is for your beef roast. This herb is for your red meats. This herb is what you grow your vegetables with, and it's a very, very nice herb. That's the mint organic dried herb. This is nice. Let's just first do our pages. We're gonna keep everyone on that. You listen in. Good studying, right? Good education in the kitchen. We're gonna grill chicken with cajun seasoning over it. Salt and pepper, cajun seasoning. Let's do our we're gonna soft cook our lamb first. Who knows, we'll have to soft cook first. In our Russell Hope pot, yes. And after we have soft cooked our lamb, then we're gonna give it some time. We're not gonna do our lamb in a pan on the stove. We're chopping an onion. We're gonna show you in our Russell Pop spot how we do our lamb. Normally, what I would do, but because our Russell hotspot is there's only enough space, right, for one pot. There's only enough space for the lamb. We would now not put the lamb at the bottom, and then we're gonna actually, you know, what we sometimes do is, I really am very fine sometimes in the kitchen with anything and everything. I would braise onion, right? I would then put the lamb. I would first saute the onion, and then here the pot tells you how to pronounce those words, right? And after I saute the onion, then I would put the lamb in that. How many people like to do a chopped carrot under your lamb or in between your lamb for very nice flavor and taste? And that's one thing. Not a lot of carrots, just one or half a carrot that's chopped. That's very nice for flavor. And then I also would add the chicken if it wasn't really a big pot that you can really fry the chicken, the lamb. You put the chicken on top of that, and you put the Cajun spice over the chicken, and you let that go a little bit soft before you grill it into the oven. It gets in a little bit of sauce with that carrot sauce, and the flavors of the chicken and the lamb. Maybe we're gonna add the chicken on top of the lamb. The flavor that comes then is your sauce that you put on the table. You put a little bit of pepper in, you make a little bit of brown sauce with that flavor of the carrot, the flavor of the lamb, the flavor of the chicken and of the onion, all of those flavors. You make a brown sauce with that, you add pepper with that, and that's how we normally cook it. That's what I'm gonna also do with this cooking. Let's just put a little bit of oil in there before you grill it. And when you're done with that, everyone, then you have it in the oven and you grill that. Let's rinse this. Here's our lamb chops. Let's do a piece of carrot, a half a carrot. Let's first add our onion sautees. You want to put garlic? Would you put garlic in there? Where else are we going to have garlic flavor from? We can decide. I normally would put garlic. Everyone would say, that Ribea loves the garlic, goes in everything. But first, if I'm now cooking on my social media page, then I would say, what else am I going to have the garlic in, you know? Garlic is going to be over our carrots. So it might just be fine over a little piece of garlic in our pot for our lamb flavors and for the brown sauce, for the nice sauce flavor. If we want to over garlic, if we have that flavor already in our, if we already have the garlic with our potatoes, with our onions, I over carrot today, but the carrot is not going to be tasted in the food. Like the carrot, the brown sauce would only have the sauce of the soft cooked carrots in. The carrot would not be carrot pieces under the lamb. The carrots are normally only for the flavoring of that. nice cheese. Garlic, little bit of garlic. Okay. I always do garlic. Everyone who knows me so. My brothers love my cooking. They are very, very much loving everything that I cook for them. They appreciate both their sisters, right? They appreciate me in making. Let's do that on the one side. No onions on the one side. And let's have some garlic in. And carrots on. That's correct. And so you know that saute up those veggies. How much garlic would we want to put if we don't really got to put some garlic in? That is a little piece of garlic. What else? Why this lamb chop has got, I've learned with the, can I say with the Europeans, with the white Afrikaners, that lamb chops have got its own flavor and you don't add anything. They love a fresh lamb chop without spice over. When they do a lamb chop, they love to enjoy the freshness of the red meat about it. That's great. What we're now going to our lemon. You know what? Just look at the view of lemon. Nice. What do you call that? A lovely. What's that we used to eat? I'm gonna quickly do the saute with everyone. There we have our onions. Very nice. There we have our carrot. Leave the carrot just on the side of that cook soft because we're gonna really saute the onion nice and soft and brown. And then we're also going to do the carrot. And that's the nice spot. That spot in us can go a very far way. We can do very well with that pot. That's that. Let's prepare our potatoes and enjoy our tea. What tea will be discussing during the week? Preferably any type of tea that is like the English breakfast tea. Okay, let me camera light just be a little bit light. Any type of tea that is like the English breakfast tea, right? So this tea is like the normal breakfast tea. Red goose, and all of these teas are very nice with pregnancy. And that's the tea that we were talking about last week. Let's do our potato rice. What you can do, you can rub the potatoes with your hands. You know, At the stores we get, you can clean the potatoes with your hands if you really now gonna grill the potato with the peels on. And normally at the stores we get this potato, and this is one of your cleanest potatoes, and some of the stores already clean it. What I normally buy is your baby potatoes, right? And you put your herbs over that, and your rosemary over that, and your oil over that, and your garlic over that, and sometimes really big pieces of chopped onion, really for the flavor in the potato. Other people really just grill it like that in the oven, and that is amazing flavors. And the cronus of that, how we gonna chop this? We're doing this like that. We're gonna do that chop. Let's do that like that. And that chop. A rice salad is very, very easy to do, and that's why we're not here doing a rice salad. That's great. Great. Okay, just so that's nice. That's a nice chop. That one so. That's good. Great rollers. Another thing. We're gonna do big onion dollops. Oh, I love these big chunks. Let me see our big chunk potato nuts. There's a tea. Good. And then that's good. And then we're going to we are going to where's our, we need one more. Let me just check quickly. When our potatoes are cooked, I'm just gonna show you the potatoes quickly. And I'm gonna show you how I do the onions also. That's very nice. So that's how we're gonna do the potato and how we're gonna grill that. Mixed up, lovely oil, very nicely and grilled through. I think it's not chopped into two small chunks, right? It's very, very nice pieces. Normally I would chop it a little bit bigger than that, but it's really chopped fine. And we're gonna grill that through with our, we're gonna chop that through with our onion. Nice and just good. Through. And then I put my nice and fine, and then I put my lamb chop. And do it together. Who loves cleaning their chicken? Who loves buying chicken that comes from the store very clean? What else are we going to now do? Good. Little bit of protein powder. Just gonna save it now. And what else is salt? Okay. Let's save that everyone. So that's now lamb chops in the pot under the carrot with the onions and the lamb chop. Just a little bit fry on the one side, on the other side, then add a little drop of water to that. And that's our nice lamb chop, our nice carrot, and then we're gonna now do our onions. With this, we're gonna just put a little bit of oil in the grill bowl, and then we're gonna do nice big garlic chunks over there. So we're gonna now add that ready for the oven. Just a little bit of oil in the grill. Same thing. Yeah, can you open spaghetti, please? Then we add our chicken to our onions to that. That's great. Let's check our chickpeas. Our chickpeas. It was not Really not doing this. Really like really not making it. Nice. That's good. Get some time and then we are quickly gonna chop our onion. Red onion is very nice for what I'm going to for the potato grill. Big chopped red onions. Let's get our lamb chops ready for some good sauce. That's about that for the lamb chops. I'm sauteing, and then we're gonna just add a drop of water to that, a little drop of water. The lamb is giving its own sauce. For flipping liver, cooking the onions of that. Where our sauce for the lamb comes from, right? And that's very nice. How do we call it? A gravy, yes. A nice gravy. That's our lovely potato cuts. And I love that potato cut. Okay. Let's get that there. That lamb chops is ready too. And add a little bit of sauce to that. This. So let's check that. It looks nice. I'm going to see now this our onions. That's the only thing that you can do with the onion, right? We're gonna now add that onions and our garlic. Our lamb look very nice, and we only eat a little drop of water for our sauce, right? Sauciness of that. And then we can close the pot for flavoring. Another thing that we can and just check. That's good. What Ribea is going to add and have everyone again view in on is our two nice pieces of braised chicken. Chicken what? breast and drumstick and thigh. Chicken breast. That's great. Let's add some salt to that. I'm gonna put that now on top of our lamb. While we are at it, just do that. That's great. And I want everyone to view in on our sorry for Semenki is when we add the chicken to that, or what we will do that. And we're gonna close our pot. Chicken is gonna cook soft before it goes into the oven. The lamb is gonna cook soft. And that sauce with the chicken and the lamb. That the chicken and the lamb is going to give is gonna be how nice, how do you call it? Our broth, no, our brown sauce. It's gonna be our nice brown sauce over there. That's nice, and that's what we mean. And we're gonna close the pot. Kajunki is gonna do it, Sinky. It's gonna kissy that one, and over the lamb with the carrots, with the onions. And when all the flavors are there, remember the chicken is now also going to give us some nice sauce. And that's why we didn't put a lot of sauce for that. And then when that's nice, then that, and with that is going to grow into the oven. And when it's done grilling, now we're going to put it on. I think all of the functions and this is never the same. That's good. That's what we want to do with our onions. Why did I cook mostly in South Africa for my brothers on a Sunday? Every Sunday, sweet pumpkin. Every Sunday, sweet pumpkin. There's one right out there. Oh, these flavors is going to go through nice. Sweet pumpkin. Every Sunday, sweet pumpkin. Every Sunday. Squash. I don't know if y'all eat squash. South Africa has got nice, the green round squash with the sweet corn in, with the cheese on top. With you first steam your squash soft, you put salt in, you put water in your pot, the hard green squash. I don't know if New Zealand have squash. But what you then do, you steam it soft, you put salt in it, and then you, after it's soft, you take it out of the pot because it's gonna be grilling in the oven with the cheese and the sweet corn and cheese. What you also add to your squash is when your squash come out of the pot, then you add a little piece of butter into the squash, and then you add the sweet corn, and then you add your cheese over that, and you grill it in the oven. That's what we always, squash is very cheap in South Africa. If we don't have cheese, we just grill the sweet corn like that in the oven, and with the sweet corn in the squash. That's our favorite South African food. We didn't eat sweet potato a lot in South Africa. We love our pumpkin, it's very cheap in South Africa. We love our butternut, and we love our squash, and we love our cauliflower, our cabbages. So that's that. We do want to cook all of that. Our potato is going into the oven. Let's add with some milk. We're mixed herbs in our kitchen. We love mixed herbs. Naka John. Really not cutting pigs, really not only like that, because we really don't want to mix it up good about it. What we're now going to see is our potato ground before we're gonna put it in the oven. Let's switch the oven on quickly. And that's gonna now enjoy the amazingness of our oven. That is our potato ground that we're gonna grow. We added some oil over it. Oh, you won't like how oven this, right? Leave it time like the old mamas. We love grill and overgrow. And the spices is nice. My kitchen is like that of the old mamas. And the grill this is still Ribea Elise's grill this. You know the Africanness of that. Who loves that photo? What do they say? What can you use to clean that? I really am not gonna be like this old aunties. These young fashion aunties who's gonna be worried. Oh, how am I gonna? Oh, let me just put salt quickly, everyone. So we have a little bit of mold. We put a little bit of salt, also a little bit of peppercorns. Peppercorns. Over our potatoes. Just a little bit. And it's a lot of it. And a little salt. Really fresh potatoes. The oil is really there. It's a little bit grow. And we're gonna see more broccoli. Broccoli for steam, a little bit of salt, and we're gonna steam our cauliflower. Who loves cauliflower cheese? Like a Ribea Elise. That's what I used to cook for my friends in South Africa every Sunday. Cauliflower cheese. Yes, with the white sauce. How do I make my white sauce? I always, in South Africa, every month when I got paid, I bought a whole lot of packets of cheese sauce. And what I then do is I also make the sauce with the milk, the white sauce with the milk and with the butter and with a teaspoon of flour, baking flour. What do you all call it in America? Corn flour. What we call it in South Africa is the normal baking bread flour, a tablespoon of that in your milk. Your milk is not really gonna be like not a lot of milk, right? In your milk, this is gonna be your milk, a teaspoon. But first you put a little bit of milk, and then you put a teaspoon or two tablespoons of flour, and you mix that through, and then you add the milk. Then you add more milk into that. You first mix it through with a little bit of milk, right? Until it's nice and even and nice to cook through. And then you put more milk in. Then you mix that through. You fill this with milk also when you mix that through. And then you steam your broccoli and your cauliflower soft. Then you put, after it's soft, you put it in the pot. You add your white sauce to that. Yes, you first cook it in that sauce. You put it in the pot. You put your white sauce over that. You put really garlic in that white sauce. And then what I do with that white milk sauce, I add that one packet of cheese sauce in that. And then you can also add cheese in if you want to. And then you grill that in the oven. Not if you want to, it was not broccoli cheese. Broccoli Cauliflower cheese. Cauliflower with your white sauce, with your cheese sauce. But that's how I do my white sauce. I add the butter and everything into it. Into the milk. In the garlic, in that flavor. You do not want it. If you don't have garlic, you do it without it. But garlic, I prefer garlic in my white sauce. In my white sauce for my cauliflower cheese. Let's get our steamed veggies right. Okay, let's steam that. Not a lot of water. What I would then do, I add salt to the water. Not actually to the water. People would say put salt in the water. So really too much water. Put salt over your steamed veggies, not in the water. People have their salt in the water and all of these recipes for different reasons. Not a lot of salt because you really don't want to. But a pinch of salt. Everyone always say a pinch of salt. Other people say, you know, when it sometimes comes to the broccoli and the cauliflower without salt in it, it's fine. You just add a little bit of salt to that. Because no one wants to complain. The food is still fresh. The food is still there. So we're going to prepare our sweet carrot stuff. Sweet carrot is going to take our whole attention and the whole time about it. So we might as well. Oh, can you smell my everything. All the flavors is there. Where are we with that? We're gonna need that there. We're gonna need that there. We're gonna need a lappy there. We're gonna need that. Okay, we can close off what is our microwave. Broccoli, we didn't really. We cut the broccoli into nice chunks because we're now not really going to do the broccoli in small pieces, and then we can actually do that. That's very nice. That's our broccoli. Oh, that's nice. And then, don't call our house rustic. Our gardens are green. Our house is all years. Every many years in New Zealand house. It's just I can smell the flavors of the lamb and of the chicken. Smells very nice. Smells very nice, everyone. What are we gonna cook for Christmas? We have that here decided. We always cook a lot. I really have not yet decided what I'm gonna cook this year. That's good. Let's make another cup of tea. We drink a whole lot of tea. We drink tea the whole day. And it's been winter, yeah, so that's acceptable. Sweet carrots. We're so excited. I'm just cleaning the carrots. I'm gonna add one more carrot to this carrot. So a bit of sweet carrots can be nice and full of flavor. This out for our sweet sugar. I don't cook myself every Sunday, right? But we eat every Sunday meal. Some people are not used to a Sunday meal. We love a Sunday lunch by 1 p.m. When we came to New Zealand, the New Zealanders eat Sunday lunch by 4 p.m. At 4 p.m. on a Sunday. In South Africa, we are used to a Sunday lunch at least by 1 p.m. That's what I'm saying. At 1 p.m. on a Sunday, our lunch will be ready, right? In England, Antoinette them eat the Sunday lunch by 4 p.m. Because they work very hard, they are not really rushed on a Sunday with a lot of things. 3 p.m. and then they are fine, food is cooked. And they don't rush themselves about it. They are very relaxed about this Sunday lunchnesses. In South Africa on a Sunday by lunchtime, and then the whole South Africa is really sitting and enjoying their lunch. By 1, the whole South Africa is quiet. Everyone's doors are open and everyone looks at what everyone is eating. It's very offensive when you don't have food, but sometimes you get used to that. I was in 2020 that when I was in South Africa for the year, then my finances were all corrupt and everything was chaos and all over the place. And then I had to sometimes go to the 350 line to get an income other than what my husband sent me, because really the times were really tough. It was COVID-19 and it was really challenging. Then there were some Sundays that I really didn't have food and that I really didn't have money because it was really tough with the whole world about it. Yes, there's a house that I always used to go to Auntie Maggie, and my pastor then would every now and then bring a plate of food, but my pastor then stayed very far from us, right? And then on some Sundays they would cook early and they would bring me a plate of food to church, and so that I can have a plate of food, because they really know sometimes the finances are really not there. And then I remember there was a Sunday that there was more than one Sunday that I was really sitting in that there was really nothing, and then I had to really wait. And then my brother Zach really calls and he says, okay, my sister, I've got money, but you can only collect it on a Monday or on a Tuesday because I've really now worked this weekend with the music. And then he would send me a cent on a Monday or so, right? And then there was some Sundays that I was sitting quiet and the whole community gets quiet. Everyone prepares their food and everyone makes a whole barbecue. And in our South African community, everyone is outside and the cooking happens outside and it's loud and everyone's kitchens are always loud and so. And then I listen to the whole, everyone's excited. They walk to the store, they go buy their veggies because the store's close by of the veggies, right? And they go buy all of these Sundaynesses. And then there was really sometimes so quiet. And then there was really nothing for me on that Sunday. And then they come from the store and the whole community gets quiet. My brothers were not there because my brothers are always somewhere, right? And the community already knows when there's nothing to eat, then they always, the community is around, they always give for my brother Martin. My brother Anton has a girlfriend, so he finds himself fine. Or sometimes he really doesn't worry and it really doesn't bother. And then I remember how quiet it gets. And everyone shouts, all the household shouts, it's lunchtime, come and eat. And then you have to sit and listen to all of that. And then you sit and the people eat and you can hear their plates because the houses are close by. And then you can hear how people are eating and how people are dishing up and how they say thank you and then they scratch it for the dog. And then Ribea has to listen to all of that. Then Ribea says, oh, is there people in the world that really goes through that? And it's very sometimes humiliative and it's very abusive and it's very loud. And many times on a Friday, they would already come with their shopping and then Ribea don't even have nothing already for the Sunday. And then they walk with the bags in front of you and then you look at the situation and you're like, man. And on one side, the auntie next door came and says, Ribea, Auntie Josie sometimes always comes when she now has enough, right? One of the friends. But when Auntie Josie now really doesn't have, then Ribea doesn't worry and Auntie Josie doesn't worry. No one, worries about it. And then one day the auntie next door comes and the auntie next door, I was sitting quiet. And while I was quiet, everyone was silent and the whole community got silent. And it's been a few Sundays that I went through that. And then the auntie came and knocked on the door with a plate of food. And that Sunday I was like, sure, took quite some time, everyone. Y'all could have most thought already. Doesn't maybe Ribea want Ribea? There's Sunday you fine. Nothing like that. Auntie Josie did. The other auntie next door came that Sunday and she says, oh, and Ribea said, can't say it, God forgive me, but honestly, it was quite some time. And then I was like, God, is it like that in this world? It takes some time for the people to listen spiritually that you don't have in your house. And they really sometimes go on with their day. And they really sometimes can see that you don't have anything. And then it even takes some time in the spiritness of listening because the auntie next door is also a church auntie. And it even took us some time to bring the plates of food for me. And I say, yo, is the world like that? How many people must sit like that sometimes? And now South Africa is always like that because that Christmas we made food for the community, right? And when I have money, I will always, especially at Christmas times, and we made we shared food, and me and Auntie Josie, right? And I really bought a whole lot of chickens and a whole lot of salad stuff, and we made Christmas lunches. And I really didn't realize that there's really people in areas of our community, there's really poverty areas. But you would think on a Christmas day that everyone looks fine, the whole situation seems fine, and all the mamas are probably fine in the community. And that Christmas, me and Auntie Josie pressed through and we said, let's cook the Christmas lunch. And we cooked the Christmas lunch, right? Because at the Christmas, we must not have money, and I was there for a year, must now. And then that December 2020, me and Auntie Josie made the nice salad, nice grilled chicken. How many salads in there? And we called the aunties, and the aunties said, some of the aunties, my Roseki brother Richard's daughter said, you want Ribea, the auntie is appreciating it because now it's Christmas and they really didn't have a plate of food today. And we were like, yo, we thought everyone is sometimes fine. And the aunties were very appreciative of that. And then sometimes all we can sometimes do, sometimes we don't notice it, but other times we are in this world in so much competition, the one with the other, right? That we think it would now be fine for Ribea to sit without food, right? Let me just put our choppies off because I think it's very soft now. And we would sometimes think it's fine for people to sit without food when the world is so much full of competition. And when I was staying in South Africa, I really earned very good salaries and I really had very good jobs. So for people to now be thinking, you should just find yourself through it, would be most now normal way of thinking, that normal way of reasoning that you think. that people would now reason and say, ah, let Ribea find herself through it. She must now had good jobs and her husband is overseas. But then it was COVID-19 and the jobs was challenged and it was a whole lot of stuff. But it's always good to share a plate of food on a Christmas. What I do is I send money to Ribea. And then the year that I came back, the Christmas that I came back, and always when I have finances, I always say do something there and cook for all the community people, because there's really poverty areas in South Africa that some people really doesn't have sometimes. And that the Christmas after that, 2021, I send, because I was now very much about with, not with business, but because I was in ministering, right? So I was very good with the community initiatives of that. And then the Christmas after that, I said, I'm not here this year to do sharing and caring in the community, but do that. AWOKH business is not in South Africa this year, but do that and share and care a plate of food. And sometimes it doesn't cost me a lot. I remember the year after that, sometimes I can only send about $1,100, and then they can buy how many pockets of potatoes, or maybe one pocket of potatoes, and they make very amazing salad. They buy a big tub of mayonnaise, and they buy, what else did I budget into that? Rice, no, noodles with the noodle salad, right? And with a tomato noodle salad and the curry noodle salad. And then also I add money so that they can really buy at least for 20 people, 20 pieces of chicken, you know? For 20 households or mamas that really now doesn't have. And then they share it in the community to the mamas that they really know that really doesn't have. That I did in 2021. 2022, 2022 I was not employed, so I really didn't. I think, did me and Dorian say 2022? Send some finances for that. But it's always good to do sharing and caring, everyone. We really sometimes think that everyone is fine. Just make more tickets. What I'm doing with the carrot is really chopping the carrots into lots of circles. Oh, the family that always was there for me was Auntie Maggie. I'm not gonna mention names, but they stayed next to us in Chicago. And when we moved to Ribea, they also came to stay around the corner. They were us. A lot of Chicago people came to stay there in Ribea where we are staying. And then in 2020, when they say, Auntie Ribea, my mom is calling you. And then I walk there and they give me a plate of food. And the daughter that I grew up with, Auntie Mary's daughter, right, my friend, and then she would come on a Sunday, and then I would like, I'm on Bridget, what you busy with now? And she says, Ribea, you fine? And then I said, okay, I'm really not fine. And she said, come, don't sit here, and don't sit and not have. And then see, you know, that kind of, because that's now the different educations that we had. And then she would bring, you know, whatever I require. And people often look at her like, you know, different in life and different lifestyle choices. And really in 2020, she really surprised me, like always, because I grew up with her and she was my best friend, you know, when we were in primary school in Chicago, you know, at New Orleansville. And then she was like really coming the whole time when she's got money. One time she says, Ribea, come and walk with me by this place. And then I thought, no, let me not go, because there's so much of these viruses in the air. And then I really didn't go at that weekend. Then they were looking for someone that weekend, you know. And I said, no, these viruses, and it's in town and it's fine. All of the businesses of the town, and I really still can't get ill about it. But sharing and caring is very, very nice. South African stores make provision for a whole lot of stuff. South African stores, like the corner stores in South Africa, makes provision for $1 tomato. They make provision for buying 3 potatoes. and paying for that for one potato. They are international people, right? And they have corner stores in South Africa. They make provision for a little bag of sugar that you pay, just a little bag of home sugar that you pay $1 for, and for one tea bag that you pay $1 for, and you buy a tea bag for the morning. And some mornings, me and Auntie Maggie, they had to do that, and it was very nice. And I said, I'm an Auntie Maggie, man. If I have money, then I will really send you all because you all were very there for me all of those mornings. But it was nice having that Chicago-ness again. I'm growing up and not having a lot and appreciating the most of the businesses, of everything. Let me make the lamb be soft. I switched the lamb off already. Because I really want to put it in the oven. Add a little sugar to my tea. Steamed broccoli, we're gonna check that now. And then another thing we're gonna do. Saving and caring is good, and if you have money, send money anywhere in the world to any country requires it, I assume I have that. I heard I saw send people on social media, and then I say, I have that I saw send people on social media a message on Instagram to say, where you from? You from Africa? Can I not finance you? Because this man has got enough money, to share and care. This is kind of soft. After the veggies, we're going to do that. And then I would send a message on Instagram, and then I was be like the people who was not really following me for quite some time. Then I was like, where you from? I'm Africa. Where in Africa? And I'm like, can I not send something or support? And then the person was a little bit cautious with the whole probably internationalness of the world. And the person really responded, and then I said, but is there not the other way if you can't tell me how to send the money to you? Because it's really now for people in your community that really now maybe requires something, and to cook a pot of food for them. And that was Christmas 2020, 2021, also 2022. And then the person didn't reply properly, and then after quite some time, the person replied, and then I was like, no, the person is probably a bit skeptic how the whole sending money and the whole personal details necessary. And then I said, but is there not a store like a Shoprite and Checkers that I can buy in bulk online? Shoprite and Checkers really doesn't do that, but Pick n Pay in South Africa do that. And you order the food, and the person can really just go and collect the food at the store. And the person didn't even tell me if they have a store like that. That's nice. We're gonna now close that. The Bible calls it a tenth that you give to someone who requires, Let me just add my chicken for oven on my little hand. Ooh, the sauce looks very nice. It smells nice. It looks nice. It's soft and nice and nice. Lamb chops, are y'all gonna disappoint me, or y'all not gonna disappoint me? Because I really am very hopeful to grow these chops now. Let me show you nice veggies. I'm thinking of another oven this week. Let me quickly just do our lamb veggies with that. after that, we're now gonna grow in that nice sauce. We're gonna cook that sauce through until it's soft and fine. The carrots, and we're gonna add pepper to that. We're gonna thicken that for the brown sauce. That's how to auntie. That's gonna just be grilled. So because I'm really now not gonna be a whole lot bothered about that. Let me put my lamb there. I'm gonna add some of those nice sauce over the chickens for the closeness of that. We is our lamb choppy. Very softly. Everyone, I really have to do this. Again. Let me put it in one this way. Nice flavors. My coat is gonna smell like food, yes. And when we can afford, then we can again take our coat to the dry clean to again nurture and care for our coatness. That's how can we do that. We will have lamb, we'll shoulder lamb. It's very nice food. And let's get all that. We eat some sauce with that. Chicken peas. Chicken peas. How is our potatoes doing? Okay, that's good. Now we can't talk the whole time because now we're gonna want to monitor our growth. Wellness our lamb. Everything else we really sometimes talk through what this is a little bit requiring attention from us. Let's make sure Alright, so this is gonna go very fast. Now we're gonna add quickly chicken grillies, potato grill. You're gonna just give that a check quickly. Potato grill is out of the oven. Our chicken and our chop is in the oven. We're gonna now cook this nice sauce and the carrots are soft. To thicken our sauce, what do you put? Let's cook this. To thicken the sauce, you would want to. Let's give it a sweet To thicken the sauce, we would want to. Teaspoon of garlic messes. Just check this onions. Garlic is nice. First, what our peeling that. Red onion, easy to grow with. Flavors are very, flavors have been bitter. Let's check that's nice. Let's check if the potatoes are soft. That's nice. I'm gonna shade now. I'm just clearing up the groundness. And that looks nice. The potato is soft. Let's then take this a little bit. I think we're gonna have to now put it on bake. After the rain is gone, so that it can soften. And first put your oven on potato bake and then on the grill to soften it. Depending on if you put your oven on bake and your oven actually grows the potatoes. Some ovens, and this is an old oven, right? Old stove. Very old rustic stove. And sometimes, yes, we call our stove rusty. Sometimes with rusty is like a grilled dish, yes. And the oven is exactly the same. We want that with the flavor. We can really tell you all of the flavor came through. Very nice. We're gonna sprinkle that over when we're done. The green mint. Let's add some more oil to that because we're gonna bake that through very nicely after this. And that is now actually going to be our chicken is looking. It's nice. All rusty. So that's now where our chicken is at with our rustic oven dish. And then it's not really not rustic, right? But I'm just saying that. Then when we're done with that, then we are gonna do sweet carrots. We're gonna leave the potatoes now because we're gonna bake the potatoes, but we're gonna sit for our tray in the kitchen when we bake the potato. Our sauce is cooking nice. We're gonna get our tray. We're gonna sit in our corner waiting for our potatoes because we're gonna not want our potatoes to spoil, and we're gonna not want our grill to spoil. Our chicken and our lamb chop grill. We're gonna, when the chicken is now done in the lamb chop, we're gonna take it out. We're gonna put the video now on pause, right? And when our chicken, and we just have to figure out where pause is at the video. When our chicken is now done, and our grill chop, because we're now gonna sit and monitor that, because we really do not want to mess with that way of the food, and because we're on live stream with the video, we're then gonna put the oven on bake. We're then gonna add that potato again into the oven and allow it to bake through. That our carrots is gonna just really be our carrots around it. What we're gonna do now, it's obvious. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna serve your veggies now. It's nice and soft. Let's open our veggie pot. What we're gonna do is we are going to do our carrots. Sweet carrots. That's great. When we do our sweet carrots, we want no disturbances. So let's allow us some time to focus on our sweet carrots and our flavors of our sweet carrots. Cinnamon, we love you. Cinnamon and salt. Cinnamon and salt. Let's enjoy our tea, please. And that's really nice. Let's clean our spoon. What else are we now requiring? First, well, so that now, where are all the ingredients here? Only a teaspoon. Get my rice that side. That's great. So then enough space and the corner of my butter is really not eating butter. Really not eating salt. And I'm gonna really now need my camera for that. And then let me just start with that. What we are going to do is we're gonna add our carrot into our pan. So that is a little bit of oil we're gonna need. Our carrots are finely chopped. Very nice. We have 4 carrots, right? Very nice chopped, not too fine, not too thick. You don't want your carrots too thick. And also carrots is requiring our attention. So we are also, yes, we're cooking with canola oil. What we are also not going to require is we are now really going to give our carrots our attention. And we're going to wait for our carrots to be soft before we're going to put our custard powder in. So that's going to be a pinch of salt, cinnamon. After we put the carrot in the pot, we're going to add butter to that. We're going to just save that with y'all, and we're going to add our sugar. We're going to also save that with everyone. Let's quickly get our camera in an angle. That is fine. Let me just lift this up quickly and add our camera there. Camera down, disappoint us what we are going to do. So we are now really going to add our carrots. Plate is now on. You don't put your plate on very high. If you have a rustic old stove and the plate is very fast, and then just be there by your carrots now the whole time. When high on your stove is high, and then just be by your carrot side, because the carrots, this be by the carrots when you cook it, because otherwise what we're gonna add, because otherwise your carrots are gonna waste. What we want to add to that, so we're gonna add our little pinch of salt to that. And that's great. You don't want a lot. We're gonna add our cinnamon to that. Our ground cinnamon. We're gonna put a little bit of oil over that. Not a lot of oil. We're gonna show now how much oil we drizzle over that. And what we're also gonna do is we're gonna now add our amazing nice butter. And our sugar. Let's first add our sugar. just show you how much sugar. How much teaspoons is this? This is enough carrots. This is 3 teaspoons of sugar. That's a teaspoon. I'm going to just show that to you now. Let me just clear my teaspoon quickly. Rinse up. Now I want to make my butter. Let me first give you all that and the flavors. And that's one, how do you call it, a dollop? And then another dollop of butter. And the thirdness of it, 3 tablespoons of dollops of butter over the amount of carrots that I have. Good flavoring. Let me just serve that to everyone. That is now actually our carrot flavor and our, that's our nice carrot. We're gonna now put the lid over that, and we're gonna allow it to steam soft. We have drizzled it with a little bit of oil over that on top of the carrot. Also, only a drizzle of oil. We have a pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of sugar, of cinnamon powder, and 3 dollops of butter for that amount of carrot. So that's first thing what you're going to do. When we do our custard powder, I'm going to really do that with your the custard powder. How is our steamed broccoli doing? Steamed broccoli is looking nice, and our steamed cauliflower is also looking nice. That we will into the carrot. Let's clean it up and make a dish for our sweet carrots and a dish for our nice salad. Prepare a plating dish for our sweet carrots. That's going to do plating dish. Prepare a plating dish for our rice. So that's nice. Another thing that we want to do, we want to focus on that. How is our sauce doing? Our sauce is cooking on its own because we want the carrots to be very, very soft. How does Tummy feel? Tummy needs now the chair. And I'm gonna sit on my chair and I'm gonna angle the camera right. And while we wait for our food. Ooh, it feels really nice. What can we also do? We can also do that. Now it's nice. Now the carrots are cooking nice. We do that. Carrots are going to soften very nicely. And let's put our sugar in this side. And our picnics at the beach is going to happen. Everyone, why is this piece always standing up on our camera? We really don't know. This is the energy, the high energy around us at sometimes. You know, the light energy and all of those energies. And then this lift the whole time. And then all our videos, it's like that piece of haze the whole time lifting. But it's so that we're going to do our photo session later. We're just doing this today. Our final winter gear. We really wanted to do a suit pants and the top, but we really are not going to. And we're really gonna close the winter season with this. And then we are going to prepare for next week. Sunday is the 1st of spring. So how much better to prepare for that? Let's check our broth. Really nice. That's good. Great, looking very nice. And then carrot is also nice. Now we're gonna have our first cup of tea. I'll tell you how our carrots are cooking through. It's very lovely. That look everyone. And that is now gonna be our sweet carrots. Oh, that's lovely. The flavor is also smelling very nice. We're gonna, yes, give it a little bit of twist. We're gonna twist the pan more a little bit for that flavor of the cinnamon to be in that nice buttery sauce. And you know how nice it's gonna be when you add when we add the custard powder. When we want our carrots to be, we want our carrots to be nice and soft. So let's look at that. And really, now, before we're gonna add our custard powder, we're really gonna want our carrots to be nice and soft. So let's just lid that again and put the lid over our carrots again. And then we're going to share the custard powder part of that. And then we're gonna get our cheese into the lid. Flavors is nice. What you can do with your carrot, what I'm gonna do with my carrot, because it's gonna be caramelized after that, it's gonna be custard through after that. Then we're just gonna allow it to sit. We're gonna put it in our. This is also a keep warm oven dish, right? It's a very nice and thick dish. We're gonna plate our carrots in there, and we're gonna when our baked potatoes comes out of the oven and the oven is still warm, we're gonna just leave the carrots to stay warm in the oven because carrot is the sweet potato carrot is a winter dish. And because it's a winter dish and you eat it to warm up, and what you eat your sweet butternut with your winter foods, and you also eat your sweet potato with your winter during winter season. We keep it warm because we really want to eat that also warm. We want our potatoes, when our potatoes is done, we're gonna just switch the oven off and we're gonna leave the carrots and the potatoes there to warm up. Grilled meat looks nice. Everything is just gonna warm nicely. I'm gonna do it into this and add my lamb chops. So this other oven base, and I'm just gonna take the lamb chops out so that I can really now grill the chicken nice because the lamb is really looking fine. Nice. nice. All the limbs, all the chops looks very nice. And it's soft. Don't want it to dry out, and that's why we are really taking it out of the oven. And we're really just gonna allow our chicken to now have its own growth time. My brothers are trying to say that now. Oh, now my carrot is gonna make my page. I was on lamb chops again. Let me just quickly. I want to really take my time. My brothers are fine financially. The one brother is disabled. And my other brother, when he has a job, he's really working there. Brother Zach is fine. He's always a musician and everything. And when he really doesn't have, it's really easy to just call his sisters and say, sisters, are y'all fine? And we say, okay, we are maybe fine, or find out by the other sister. And that's what we do with all the sisters, with all the brothers. And what we also do, and that's nice. Our purity is really almost nice and completely soft. What we do, let me just make our a bit lower. And we can just check again for the softness of that. And I really require me to let it again, to put the lid on again, so that it can soften a bit more. Let's check our choppies. And then what my brothers are really nice. What my sister, my one brother was disabled, but not really. He was in an accident, and he's receiving a government fund, and he hasn't received it for years. And I think last year, when my sister went to South Africa, they sorted that out, and he's now again receiving that funding. That's amazing for us because we don't have to worry. And monthly, the auntie is now cooking for them, and then also the other brother works when he works, and then now my sister is now really there to make sure that they are fine on a monthly basis. The Antoinette in England, and she's now really the Ribea because she was always busy with her family and making sure that everyone is fine. And now, while she's now done and the children is now at university, and she has always shared with us, right, every month when we require funds, and then she would send me when I'm in South Africa, but they must now don't have cell phones to call her when they. And then she went last year and she saw, and she's like, okay, they haven't told me, and I send the way sometimes that she thought they required. And from last year, ever since she went in June last year to South Africa, and then she was now really sending every month here to them. And then she was like, because sometimes they would ask me and then I would let her know. And not always I would realize that they sometimes require a fund or something. Let us check our choppies. So sharing and caring is very nice. That's very nicely grown. Sharing and caring for families are very nice. And that sometimes. And when I have finances, I always am like, is everyone fine? Everyone knows I'm from Ribea Elise. Don't play about it with too much sending all the money. What else were we wanting to do? We now want to do our caramelized. Carrots is a little bit soft. That's a little bit soft. It's not really soft. But we really want it to be soft. That's soft. That's very soft. Everything is very nice and soft. It's really nice and soft. That's great. And steaminess, and then we can then, when our carrot is not done, do our fries. Now we do our space. Let me just make a lot of space in the pot. And then I take my teaspoon. And then I take the custard powder. And then I open the custard powder. And then I take, let me just show you how much custard powder. And that's the amount of custard powder you need. This is a teaspoon, right? And that's all you're going to need. And custard powder flavor is really nice. And then what we are going to do, we're going to quickly allow our custard powder to soften. Let me just quickly show you that. That's softening very nice. So that's what we are going to do before we now going to really stir the custard. Before we're going to stir the part about that. So that's what we do. We added the custard powder just in a little space like that. And that's going to really, we're going to really now flavor that through. You see how nicely the custard powder are melting through? And that's what you want. And then you're going to now stir that. You're not going to stir it very harshly. And let me just get another spoon quickly. What I'm going to do with the stirring, and let me just quickly show you that. Not too harsh on it. Nice flavoring for you. And that's actually what I'm going to do because I really do not want to. It needs to coat really well in all of those nice flavors. Let me just quickly focus on that. Chicken, I'm going to check the chicken now. I'm just going to want to do that quickly. So what I do is I turn it now in this custard because then I'm going to leave it to just enjoy the nice steam. I'm going to let it again, put a lid on that again. And then I'm really just going to require that to cook through. Nice custard flavor to go with that, with the cinnamon powder. Again, grill it in the oven. Also, if you want to really grill that, I'm going to stir my chicken. And I'll switch our nice brown sauce. It's also ready. Then we're gonna do our. We're gonna make 1 more cup of tea. Put that. But before we make the cup of tea, this was now very nice cooking. We leave the carrot quickly. We turned our grilled chicken. And then we're gonna do our complete final dish. And then we're gonna do our rice. The dish after that. We're gonna do our rice after the carrot is now cooked through. And that's about that. But we also got done just clean out. Our plate is under 1, right? And the lowest that your plate gets with this sweet, with the custard powder. before we're gonna dish that. So that's actually a very nice suggestion for that. Just quickly, a very nice suggestion for the sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon. It's now well cooked through. And then what we are also then going to do is we are now going to put it in a platter dish. And because we want to do the rice also in this pan. And now the caramelized custard is nice. We're gonna warm and keep it warm in the oven. You can make your caramelized custard sauce a little bit more saucy if you want to, or you really can just leave it like that. If you want to make it a little bit more saucy, you would want to add a little bit more butter into that. But my sauce is there, and I'm just gonna quickly dish that. Let me just rinse this because I'm gonna dish it with this all. Nicely rinsed. And now we're going to dish that nicely. Oh, it's smelling very nice. Oh, you smell the nice custard flavornesses. And then we drizzle our custard sauce over that. I went actually to the market this morning to go and look for butternut, and there was no butternut. No, I couldn't pay cash because it's a flea market, right? It's a Sunday flea market outside. All the veggies and nice time, and really lovely foods and lovely nice veggies and clothing and everything. And then they did not have the cash, the machine, the ATM machine. And then I was like, I was rushed about it. And then I actually went to the store close by, the Indian store, and to go and check if they maybe have the sweet butternut. And then the Indian store only had my amazing carrots, and I was so well pleased with them for the carrots. I'm just gonna do that. I really want everyone to, let me just quickly do that about it. I really want y'all to don't be restricted with the rustic oven thingy, oven hob. I really want you to know I'm gonna drizzle the custard sauce in the butter over that, and I really want that. Is very nice. So you can see the yellow of the custard, right? You would want to drizzle that. Very custardy over that. And that's about that. Now you keep it warm in the oven, and it's very nice. So we're now putting our carrot this side because we're gonna want to put our camera that side, and our carrot is not really before we put it in the oven. It's not really gonna in the way, then we can't really put our arm over that. So now that's our caramelized sweet carrots with butter and custard powder. And after that, we're now going to do our camera, because I couldn't now leave the carrot here because I want to put my camera there, and it's the artness of that, and I coated everything. The artness of putting your hand over the food. So we're putting our carrots to that side so that we have space. Let's clean this pan because we really want to do our rice with that. And then we're gonna first make a cup of tea, and then we're gonna start our rice salad. Nice and clean. You can only rinse your pan because there's no way that there's no way that only rinsing your pan is now gonna be the sweetness of the sauce is now gonna fit your rice salad, So you can just put it out in the water and just rinse the pan out without having to prepare another dish to cook the rice, onion, and to prepare the rice, the fried rice with that. So that's not nice. Now we're going to use our pan for our rice, and we sometimes leave the rice in the pan, or we for to dish up and we leave it on the table and set the table like that. Or we are now really only going to make our cup of tea before we start our rice and sit a little bit. Or we really dish the rice into one of the plated plates. Our sauce is well cooked, and our sauce, the pot, the Russell Hobbs pot goes up. It's fried with a brown sauce that's now well cooked. We're going to check it with the Russell Hobbs pot. We set it on a timer and it goes up by itself. Is that a lot done on a Sunday, everyone? Another word, but that's why we don't cook every Sunday ourselves. Husband cooks, daughter assists with the cooking, Kiara assists with the cooking sometimes. Dorian with cooking and sometimes assists me, but she's really fine with cooking with Dorian because probably she really doesn't want to be now in the kitchen with her mommy that's now this and just stick out chicken and chicken rice. She really doesn't now want to be bothered with a mommy that cooks and that wants to cook this way and this way and that way. We're gonna enjoy a cup of tea. And we're gonna do our sunrise. Really nice rice salad with the chopped onion, chopped garlic, grated carrots. We fry the onion, we fry the little garlic indeed. If we want to, you really don't have to add it because the chili and the onion and the carrot is its own flavor. We add nut kajun is not going into that. And the flavor of that is going to be our coriander flavor, and we're gonna drizzle it with a little bit of mint. It would have been nice to have mixed herb with our, because you're not really gonna taste the mint in the rice salad, and the flavor of the mint in the rice salad, and the flavor of that type of mint in the fried rice. But it would have been nice to have our mixed ups. I don't know why Doreen doesn't really get them mixed up anymore because he buys the groceries and he knows exactly, Mr. Ribea just wants this and this and that, and he knows exactly how we appreciate our food and what we require in the kitchen, and he's very, very accurate with that. He's very good with knowing what is going to be fine for Sunday cooking and for my type of cooking. And he really hasn't brought us the mixed herbs for quite some time. What we also gonna love in the fried rice, because we're gonna do one chili in there. We're really not doing a lot of chili. When was it that I made the fried rice? That I was eating cayenne pepper. I'm gonna do cayenne pepper maybe in that, and then I would not do the. I don't know. It was nice with the cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper has got a nice taste with that fried rice. But I really don't want it spicy, and I only do one chili. Oh, during the week, and I was eating the mint and the cayenne pepper, and I didn't add a chili to that. And the only thing that's gonna be odd is going to be the mint is not odd. The mint was tasting nice in the rice salad. is that that doesn't have mixed herbs in. That's the only thing that's gonna taste quite well. Because I'm used to my mixed herbs. In my house, a packet of mixed herbs, like the mint dried mixed herbs. Oh, the flavor! Let's not forget our fresh coriander flavor with the mint. Yes. With half a little pinch of cayenne pepper for the flavorness of the rice, not into the onion. We're gonna wait until the onion is soft, until all the flavors are soft, and we're gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper for that flavor. But we're gonna see the whole recipe. Our grilled chicken looks very nice. And then we can warm all our well bake. So when our grilled chicken is now finished, we're gonna really take it out, and then we are gonna really now bake our potatoes soft and monitor the softness of the potato, and then we're gonna do the rice. My cup of tea is very nice. Who loves the crispy grilled chicken? The crispiness of the grilled chicken is very nice. Oh. We love a crispy grilled chicken. And then we are going to crispy, grilled. It's very nice. The only food that's going to now require our attention a lot is going to be rice. When we are done with our rice, then we are going to finish our baked potato, finish our grilled potato, and then we're gonna put everything, we're gonna switch oven off after our grilled potato, and then we're gonna put everything to stay warm until we're now ready to set the table and to really enjoy lunch. Our Sunday photos. What time did we do? Certain times we do Sunday photos late Sunday. So we probably do by 4:30, by 4:30. 3 o'clock, 4:30 we do our Sunday photos. For our Instagram page and for our Facebook pages. No website. Okay. Let's chicken. It's nice. It looks lovely. Give it some time again, and now the chicken is also done and ready, and we can do our nice there. Let's add a little drizzle of oil. Let's add our onions. I'll put my tea on that side. Good spaces, kitchen is nice. Let me first chop my chili. And also herb. I'm really not gonna do a whole lot of chili. One chili, that's enough. I really didn't get from my chili plant because my chili plant was spoiled. So I'm gonna do the chili from, I bought the chilies this morning. My chili plant had the poisonous mushroom in. So I really bought the chilies from the shop this morning. So I don't know if I'm gonna use the chili plant again. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything from the chili plant again outside. Now, let me do that. And the Charlie. Before I add the onions to that, I really do not know if I'm really going to do the, where's my bag, the baggie? I really don't know if I'm really going to work from that chili plant outside again because of that poisonous mushroom on there. It's nice. What we want to do. Let's move that out of our way quickly. And let's shift these two. And let's put that there, this there. And wash our hands for the chilliness of that. And now we are going first for our onion. Let me unpack that. Do that and just do that also. Do my garlic also. Ooh, how nice it would be to have fried egg with this fried rice. I can hear voices here saying it, and I'm really agreeing with that. That's nice. Let's first add our plate on very low and add our onions down. Garlic. That's it like that. Okay. Where's my TPs? Lift up. And then we're not gonna add our carrots now. We're gonna first wait for the onions to saute, to braise, and then we're gonna add our carrots when the onions are soft. We're gonna stir the carrots in. When we are done stirring the carrots in, then we are going to add chili, and we're gonna leave half of a bit of chili for when it's really cooked through, and half of the chili we're gonna add over the carrots and the onions before just to cook it through. You're gonna saw now how much chili we add in there. Not a lot of chili because of woundness and so. And when the onions are soft and the carrots are soft, then we're gonna put our coriander. right. Onions, chicken brown. Full of the fried rice. Your coat, madam! It's expensive designer coat! Madam says as expensive as my coat is for the onion smells and the garlic smells. But this coat you can hang outside again, or you give it or you send it to the dry cleaner, or you wash it properly in a washing machine done very slow pace. Another thing, and you iron it through after that, like the dry cleaners doing. And or you hang it outside and you let it enjoy a day in the wind about it. If it's not really smelling like onions, if your coat is not really smelling. But as for the preciousness of the kitchen, it's as much precious as the coat is precious. And you really appreciate the finer things that make this thing. So we can in our designer coat, we can enjoy the preciousness in the kitchen. Preciousness of cooking with your designer coat in the kitchen, you know. When you're going out, send the coat to the dry cleaner. Give the coat a slow, proper wash. Instructions are always on the coat, but the instructions we've learned are really not so accurate sometimes. They are on the coat that tells you how to wash the coats. Well, I cook with all my other coats? Definitely not. I mean my really thick winter coats. All my other foodinesses can get a whole nice hang outside of my cupboard. Really, my coats is really when I do my Sunday photos, right? And then my coats is really outside of the cupboard for quite some time, hanging outside of the cupboard. If I hang it outside and if I really now smell the coats and I really smell that, and if it's not really a cooking Sunday, then the yellow coat I wash on a very slow wash. I wash that yellow coat. The yellow, not coat, blazer. I wash my pink blazer. My pink blazer is a soft blazer, but I do not wash it in the wash. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. We had an amazing cook day, right? Everything is fine and well. And we are going to plate everything and we are going to share with everyone our nice flavors. Everything is grilled through and grilled very nicely. And what we are then going to now do, we're just going to see our complete dishes, right? So we're really not ready yet to set the table about it, but I'm just going to share because I took it out of the oven. The rice is done and cooked, and I've now really done everything. potatoes. We're gonna just now focus on that, and then I'm just gonna say quickly that later blessings. There we have our carrots. We love that. There we have our potatoes. Our potatoes is looking a little bit fine, but we are gonna want to soft bake it from the bottom side of that. There we have our little choppy keys. Looks very nice with brown stars, and it's very well cooked. And it's very, very nice. That's our choppies. That's our choppies. It's very, very nice. Our choppies is not too dry, cooked. It's very, very nice and soft. There's our chicken cheese. It's soft. There's our chicken cheese. There is our broccoli with our cauliflower steamed and soft. There is our rice salad dried. It's very, very nice. There's that mixed herbs. All the mint is also in there. Not too much cayenne pepper, no, but we did all the flavors. There's a lot of chili on top. That's what we did with the other half of the chili, and that is it for Sunday cooking. We are gonna share now the video with everyone, but we had an amazing journey cooking with all of y'all. Have an amazing. We had a nice cooking, have an amazing Sunday further, and watch our video, and we're gonna do our fashion photo shoot after this video. Have an amazing day further.